Hello, colleagues and students. I hope you're doing well. Today is Tuesday, October 25th, and I'm greeting you today from the Christensen Education Building, where I just had my executive team meeting and wanted to make sure I made a connection with the college community. I know it's been a few weeks since I've done this, and things have been quite hectic, which I'm going to talk about momentarily, but I've appreciated the opportunity to talk and connect with many of you personally through email and other spaces as we walk about the campus. So I hope you're doing well, and as we're getting ready to the nice little change in the weather, hope you're continuing to take care of yourselves. So a few things here that I should talk about. First of all, internally, we just completed today our mid-cycle evaluation visit from our colleagues from our accrediting body. I really want to give a thank you to Tony Shenta and the whole team and the provost office and everyone who contributed to a very thoughtful and deep engagement around the work of accreditation. This is the way we get to talk about what we do well here at the institution, but more importantly, help us on our pathway toward our next visit, which will take place in just about 3 more years. So I want to thank everyone for the work that went into that, the honest reflection, but also this deep commitment around what we do and that we're going to continue to get better at that. We are also in the midst of launching our United for Southern Nevada Alliance, where the 4 institutions of the South of INCHE are coming together based on their needs and interests that have been raised by our community leaders, business leaders, and education partners to think more deeply about how we show up and think very deeply about the ways we align our practices, that we work collaboratively to help drive a better and more prosperous future for the state. So we're quite excited about that. In December, we'll also be having our Board of Regents meeting, where we have at least 2 issues that will be taken up with the Nevada State. One, revisiting the renaming, and secondly, looking at our structure for our development of our campus lands. So we're quite excited about that. I've had the opportunity to do a little bit of speaking of late around the community, some issues related to diversity, equity, inclusion, a lot of issues around empowerment and leadership in general, a preferred future for our region. So I'm happy to be a part of advancing about Nevada State College and what our value proposition is in the community we serve. In addition to that, I've had since we met, I had the Vegas fly-in where we went to Washington, D.C. to advocate on behalf of Nevada and to think very deeply about the ways in which we need our elected officials and other partners to show up for us. I also met with the Aspen Institute, and also at that time I've talked with the Lumina Foundation to think about ways in which they can help support the work of Nevada State and really help us either become a best practice around certain things that we do, or also help support some of the work that we think is important. I had the opportunity to do a number of speaking engagements, including also participating on Vegas PBS. I attended the HAKU conference this fall, where we were this Hispanic Association of College and Universities. I was particularly struck by the number of students who were there, the leadership development, the pipeline that they are talking about within this organization, and more importantly, how do institutions who say they are HSI by designation, how do they manifest what HSI actually means in the work? So very thoughtful. We had a regent who was there as well. I want to thank Regent Carter for attending. It was a very good visit. And then finally, last week, I was down in Monterrey, Mexico on behalf of the institution at the Universidad Tecmilenio to talk about partnership opportunities there. We signed an MOU to explore a lot of the areas around curriculum, thinking about 2+2 programs, potential faculty and student exchanges. So you'll be hearing more about that in the near future. Whew. Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired. And I'm tired in a good way because the potential is so rich. But we also know that there's also growing pains as one goes to these things. As we are transitioning and maturing as an institution, to be very thoughtful about the ways in which how we used to do things may not be the way that we'll do them in the future, and be thoughtful about why. It's one of the things that struck me as we were sitting with our accrediting colleagues, how they're thinking about the work of Nevada State and how we show up. Couple things to end on. Voters, we're thinking about lots of things that are happening. I want to encourage you, my ask this time is to vote. I want you to go out and use your voice. Our democracy, the republic, is dependent upon our commitments to that. You will actually be able to vote here on campus October 31st and November 1st. Please take an active a role in voting. But here's the thing, don't just vote, be an informed voter. Do your research. Understand what your position is on the issues that are going to be brought, what candidates represent what you believe to be the preferred future for our state and our local areas and our school boards and our regions. All those things are important. Take the opportunity to be a part of that. So I am really, really excited to be in Nevada right now. I want to tell you that I'm seeing an unprecedented collaboration, coordination around our institutions, in particular as we think about the work that we're doing here in the South. My colleagues from CSN, our colleagues from the DRI, our colleagues from UNLV, we're thinking deeply. But here's the other thing, we're also doing that with TMCC. We're actually sitting down and thinking, how do we outreach and think deeply about how we show up in those spaces? I know that Nevada State matters. It matters to the future of this state. It matters to the future of this region. Our students matter. Our employees matter. Our mission matters. So I hope you feel that way and you choose to be here because you know that this matters. Nevada State is so important. Take care and be well.